were recently offered a trip to Los Angeles to go and film a special rave involving Scotland's the Shamen. We said, amen, packed a toothbrush and Grateful Dead t-shirt and boarded the flight faster than you could say, aye aye on one, mate. The Shamen, if you don't already know them, are a gang of synthesizer-toting cyberpunks who've enjoyed both great success and terrible tragedy over the past year. First, there was the chart success of singles like Move Any Mountain. Then came the terrible loss of member Will Sinnott, who drowned whilst on vacation in Tenerife in the middle of last year. Still, this hasn't stopped the other two from reprogramming themselves and surging forward to embrace an even more dazzling future of psychedelic endeavor. Boldly going where other ravers fear to tread, Rapido makes the scene now in LA in the company of the mind-altering Shamen.
You feel a new sensation, body is rocking and the mind is reeling and rolling, racing, changing motion, flowing like a river into the ocean. Better get yourself ready.
Over the last couple of years, rave culture has gone global. From Australia to Iceland, acid house has generated its own energy, but nowhere more so than on the west coast of America. In California, the spiritual home of psychedelia, it's as if the summer of love never finished. So when the Shamen took their progeny club night to Los Angeles, there was only one thing that Rapido could do.
It's just amazing.
Both musically and like the vibe you get at events, socially or whatever, is really reminiscent of London. Acid scene in 88, acid house. It's very like that musically and sort of the vibe. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how it develops.
The Shamen's rave took place at Spruce Goose, which houses the world's biggest ever aeroplane. It was also one of the biggest raves LA has ever witnessed.
Free-spirited atmosphere, not destructive, it's not negative, I don't know.
How profound. Just the light shows the environment, the music, it's very hip, you know, just hyper.
There's always people coming, more people coming, like, it's not as underground as it used to be. It's very out there. Yeah, it's being advertised everywhere.
It's in the beat of the drums.
I have a good time. It's fun. Everybody's happy. Just kind of do it, you know?
Overly friendly.
Overly friendly. It's something everybody should experience at least once.
Well, a lot of them are a lot more sexually open. So you see quite a few things you wouldn't normally. 3 guys and 3 girls all together on the floor.
Rave is a bit of a dirty word in Britain at the moment, and I can quite well understand why British performers are saying no, not rave, because we're saying that to some extent in this interview, because rave does represent like the mainstream commercial and musically not very imaginative end of the dance spectrum at the moment.
When we say rave, we are talking generally like the Belgium techno stuff, the stuff that's very bland and very noisy. We're not talking about the more sophisticated rhythms of American techno or acid house or other heavy forms of music, industrial and alternative. There's still a lot of really good dance music about.
The Shamen have always been interested in more than just music. Their interest in virtual reality and cyberpunk has so far been mostly confined to magazines, but they hope to use their trip to California to acquire more than just an audience.
We would like to do eventually at some point in the future an event where you don't actually have to leave your house at all. You just plug in your VR and you'll be there, which would be really cool. We'd like to incorporate more VR stuff into the shows, but at the moment, like I say, we're still trying to track it down. got a few contacts to try on this tour of the US, which is hopefully going to bring us into contact with the real thing. Probably more realistically, we'd like to get into interactive video and TV at the shows. Technology that really doesn't exist yet, but we're very much into the idea of it and its potentials. Particularly, we believe it will be really important in actually translating music into something seen, translating music, taking it from the realm of the audio into the realm of the visual, and creating some kind of new art form, which will be very interesting, we believe.
The success of the Shamen's American tour coincided with Move Any Mountain reaching number 36 in the US charts. Their new single, LSI, is released in May, by which time they would have found a new singer to replace Cheryl, who accompanied the Shamen on this tour. As the group explained, the Shamen are all about progress.
Well, you get to a point where you're not gaining anything if you don't change and you stagnate. We're not stagnating, we're forever changing and always moving forward, so you can't get bored with that. You can never get bored with education and knowledge and learning and new experiences.
Not until we get to the size of the Grateful Dead will we be bored.
I think progression is the key to the Shamen.